More Autogen updates. And I wasn't sure how I'm going to start this video. I thought of saying that nothing gets me more excited than Autogen updates, but I think this is kind of an exaggeration. But yes, I am very happy and excited whenever the Autogen team uploads a new update, and they are updating quite often, which I love. And today I want to cover with you two updates that seem significant because they will allow us more control of the workflows. By the way, if you guys haven't joined the Discord channel of the Autogen team yet, so again, I highly suggest that you join this channel. All the updates are being posted over here, and basically we are going to cover these two major updates. There were a few more updates, more minute changes to the UI and the abilities in Autogen Studio. So workflow export, skill editing, CSV supporting, testing something related to Windows, and a few more improvements. By the way, if you're interested or curious to see what are the next improvements that are coming up with Autogen, you can always go to the pull request section in the Github repository. For those of you who don't know what is a pull request, basically this GitHub repository is an open source repository, and everybody, any developer or contributor to the project can take the code and fork it, meaning create his own derivative of the code, make adjustments, so build something, fix a bug or whatever, and then it can add a pull request. And basically when you add a pull request, you're basically telling the team or the leaders of the project, listen guys, I've created something that I believe would be beneficial or valuable for the project, and please consider adding it to the main project. And when they do so, if they do so, it is called merging the pull request. So basically, this is the repository, as you guys know. And when you come to the pull request, you can see what are people working on and all the improvements or adjustments that people are suggesting. And there is a status to each pull request. There is a status. Was it approved? Was it not approved? Is it related to Autogen Bench? Is it related to Studio? Is it related to code execution, etc.? So if you come here, if you're interested in seeing what are the bugs or what are people working on in the Autogen project specifically or in general in any repository, you can come to the pull request area and learn more about the project. Okay, that being said, let's cover the two main updates. And first of all is allowing speaker selection, which will allow us to control the conversation better. And the second upgrade is the auto-generated agent chat, multitask chat, which is very similar, at least to me. It seems pretty much inspired by the CrewAi sequential task, but we will cover it in depth in a moment. So let's start with this one. So you can find all the information in this notebook. I will probably share the link in the description of the video. No, this is the first one. So this is the speaker selection. Okay, let's just read this through and I will try to summarize or share my perspective. So Autogen, as you probably know, offers conversable agents powered by LLM, tools or humans, which can be used to perform tasks collectively via automated chat. These frameworks allows tool use and human participation. And this notebook is about using graphs, which is a technical term. You will see in a moment what it means, to transition between speakers. Let's move on. So the motivation is the fact that the current group chat basically allows you to transition the conversation between agents in either by round robin or automatically or randomly between the agents. Let's just cover this. Some use case might demand more control over the transition. Obviously, I've been saying lately in the last few videos of mine that since I don't feel I have a lot of control of the agentic frameworks, I feel pretty limited regarding their use cases. So I think it was 3 days ago, I added another layer of robotic process automation that allowed me to control the conversation or the workflow better, and just adding a layer of CrewAi on top of it allowed me to leverage agentic frameworks with more control. So I'm happy to see that the Autogen team, which is probably way smarter than I, have thought about this as well, and adding more control is probably going to be beneficial. And the main thing here is the fact that we will be able as builders to determine which agent can transition the conversation to which agent. So we can state different possibilities of the agent. So let's say agent A, we can define that he can only transition the conversation to agent B and C. Agent C can only transition the conversation to agent B, etc. So this way we have more control regarding how the agents interact between themselves. So this is a great illustration of this line. So basically they allow all the agents in this illustration, in this line of code, they basically say for every agent, you can have a conversation with every other agent in the group, including yourself. So you can see agent 10 can discuss with himself and also with the other agents. Agent 4, similar. So this is one alternative. A different alternative is, as you can see here, agent 0 can discuss with agent 1, agent 2, agent 3, and agent 4. Agent 1 can only discuss with agent number 0. Agent 2 can only discuss with agent 0, similar, or agent 4 and agent 3. So basically, we have a hub here or a manager, and all the other agents can only discuss with this agent. So this is, let's say, if we have, like I said, if we have a manager, he's the only one that can speak with all the other agents, but the agents cannot speak between themselves. They can, all the data is moving, is via the manager. So this is the second alternative. And we can see here another alternative of, let's say here we have a group of agents. They discuss within themselves. They have one manager, and the manager can discuss with this guy. This can be like a product manager or whatever, and he can move the data or the information to this group of agents. They can discuss between themselves. Only one agent, all the other agents can update him or move the data or information to him, and he can move the information to an agent in a different department. So as you can see, you have a ton of control regarding the hierarchy of the organization and how the data and information is moving between different agents. Here this is like the third example that they have. This is what they call a debate, because the agent can speak with himself, like think aloud. So this is one alternative. And then after debating with, like thinking within himself, he can debate with the other agent. So this is also a cool alternative that I haven't thought about, that basically we can let agents speak with themselves and fine tune and hopefully optimize their own moves and own thoughts using this function. Let me see if I want to get into detail. Speaker transition. Okay, so over here we can define if all the agents, let's say we define agent A has a connection to agent B and C. Over here, we can define whether or not it's going to be an include relationship or an exclude relationship. We can also say agent A can speak with everybody except for agent B and C. So this is just a Boolean variable which we can set. Default is true, in which case the speaker transition dictionary is a list of allowed agent. If it's set to false, then the speaker transition dictionary is a list of disallowed agents. Yes, so I'm pretty happy about the way I explained this because I think it was pretty accurate. This is another representation. I guess you get the gist. Let's move on to the next update. Auto-generated agent chat, multitask chats. So this notebook showcases how to use the new chat interface of conversational agents in Autogen. Initiate chats. This is pretty important, and I think we will be starting to use this way more. And this will allow us to conduct a series of tasks, which, as I said at the beginning, seems quite similar to the idea of the how CrewAi is built with sequential tasks. The upgrade that I see here that they don't currently have in CrewAi, which is pretty exciting, is the different abilities, and we will cover them in a moment. So the new interface allows one to pass multiple tasks and their corresponding dedicated agents. Once the initiate chat is invoked, the task will be solved sequentially with the summaries from previous tasks provided to the subsequent tasks as context, assuming the summary method is specified. Now, here are 3 examples. Let's move on. Okay, so this is interesting. So solving the task with a series of chats. And here, these are like the criterias, the fields that you need to set in the initiate chat. So first of all, the message, this is a string of text, typically a message containing the task. The recipient is the conversable agent dedicated for the task. The summary method, and this is the most interesting thing, is a string specifying the method to get summary from the chat. Currently supported choices include last message. So basically the summary method, the summary of the conversation can be either last message, which basically takes the last message from the task as a summary, and reflection with LLM, which uses an LLM to reflect on the chat history and summarize as a takeaway. And this is very powerful because basically, let's say we have a conversation, we can use the LLM to scan the conversation and summarize it instead of just spitting the last message, which isn't so powerful because basically the last message isn't necessarily the most important message. It could be like just the termination message. Now we also have the summary prompt, which is a string specifying how to instruct an LLM-backed agent, either the recipient or the sender, to reflect on the chat history. Basically, we're saying which summary method. So here's the prompt. Summarize takeaway from the conversation. Do not add any introductory phrases. If the intended request is not properly addressed, please point it out. This is so cool. This is like the prompt for summarizing the conversation. Now, carryover is a string or a list of strings to specify additional context to be used in the chat. Now, here's an example. Financial assistant, the research assistant, I need to drink. I'm always not sure whether or not I need to edit the drinking out or not, but I won't. Unless you guys tell me like this is really time wasting and really bothers you, I won't edit this out. So let's keep on moving. So we have the writer and we have the system message. And now this is the user proxy agent. And this is the initiate chat. This is the new thing. So basically, chat results equals user initiate chat. The recipient is the financial assistant. The message is the financial assistant task number 0. Then we have the clear history. which is set to true, silent set to false, I'm not sure what that means, and summary method last message. Now the recipient is research assistant message financial task number 1, and then the summary method is going to be reflection with LLM. Next, the recipient is the writer, the message is the writing task, and the carryover, I want to include a figure or table of data in the blog post. And here is the output. So start a new chat with the following message. What are the current stock prices of Nvidia and Tesla, and how is the performance over the past months in terms of percentage change with the following carryover? And bear in mind that the context is already written over here. You can see the task over here. What are the current stock prices of Nvidia and Tesla, and how is the performance over the past months? Investigate. The second task was investigate possible reasons of the stock performance, and the writing task, which is the final task, is develop an engaging blog post using any information provided. So these were the tasks assigned, and here the user prompts the financial assistant what are the current prices, etc. Then he gives the response. We execute the code. I don't want to read everything, but we will just show you the gist of the new features. So now we have the output. It was the financial assistant conducted the task and he gave us the output. The output indicates the following. The current stock price of Nvidia Corporation is etc. The stock price of Tesla is etc. I'm not sure I should use the word etc. here, but never mind. The percentage change in the stock price of Nvidia over the past months is an increase of 30%. The percentage change in the stock price of Tesla over the past months is a decrease of 23%. And then he says these figures reflect the performance on Nvidia and Tesla stocks over the past months. Please note that the stock prices are subject to change throughout the trading day, and the percentage change is based on the closing price of the stock on last 30 days. Now we have this summary, and this summary is being carried over to the next agent. So with the following carryover, the output indicates the following. The current stock, okay, so this is the same. And basically we said investigate possible reasons of the stock performance, and this is the carryover. Now the researcher, what he does, he investigates this with the carryover, and now he comes up with how he is going to approach this. We are executing the code, and now we have here the summary of his research. So this is the research. And you can see here, this is like the ending note of the conversation, but this, since he knows to summarize the conversation, this is the carryover. The recent performance on Nvidia Corporation and Tesla stocks could be influenced, doesn't really matter. Now this is moving to the writer, and basically we're prompting to him based on the finding of the first researcher and the finding of the second researcher. He's going to write a blog post, and this is very, very cool because he has relevant context from both researchers, and now he can write a blog post. We are not going to cover the blog post, but this is just for the sake of example to show you how powerful this is when you control the type of summaries, and you control how exactly do you want the last conversation to be summarized, and you can also control the sequences of the tasks being held. This allows you to build like a way longer workflow. Now, these are a few more nuances that were added. You can also see the chat history. You can see the cost. You can see all the human input in the conversation. Let's see if there's anything else that I want to cover. We can also add human inputs, revising the tasks in the middle. I think there was something towards the end that I wanted to share with you that I thought was meaningful. Let's see. The last scenario. Solve the task with involving group chat. No. Let me see, just making sure that we covered everything. Yes. So we've covered everything from my perspective. That's it for today, guys. We've covered some new and exciting Autogen updates, and I know they don't look sexy. They might not look so sexy, and I also didn't conduct like a demonstration on my end of how these impact our workflows, but I felt that these updates are important because they allow us way more control. So I wanted to cover them like this, reading from the notebook. I'm obviously going to start playing around with them and seeing the real impact. I believe there will be significant impact, but this is going to be in the upcoming videos. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Any feedback regarding the content, the quality of the content, how I can improve, how this could be improved, please feel free to share in the comment section. I try to respond to everybody and everyone, and I try to improve on a daily basis. Yes, that's it for today. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos because I'm going to upload some more RPA real use cases. If you guys haven't seen my video from the last few days regarding combining RPA with CrewAi, please check it out. I'm also planning to upload a new video about a few CrewAi updates. I'm still waiting for, there seems to be a bug with regards to the hierarchical process that they wanted to implement. Probably it's going to be fixed in the upcoming days, and then I will cover that update. Yes, that's it. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate the fact that you are watching and encouraging me with your kind words in the comment section. And even if you're providing constructive feedback, this is very helpful and I appreciate it. And that's it for today, guys. Until next time, keep on automating.